Hello, fellow YouTubers. This is DVD Collector 1986 here with a new video. I was filming this video just a second ago, and now I'm having to redo it because I keep getting interrupted. The phone keeps ringing, and all these things keep happening. That's one of the things about making YouTube videos that's a pain in the butt, and so I'm having to redo this video. But I'm going to try to go through this a little bit quicker than I did in the first video. So I watched some horror films over the last few days. I would have uploaded a video yesterday, but the power went out several times over the last couple of days. So that's why it took me a while to upload this one. So the day that I upload this, which is today, is the day I'm actually doing the video. So first up, I watched Creepshow. Not much needs to be said about that. It's a really good 1980s horror anthology. I did upgrade this to the Shout Factory release, but it has not arrived yet. And these are my own custom covers, but I watched Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, one of my favorite sequels. Again, not much needs to be said about that movie because it's a very popular one. Halloween 5, which gets way too much hate. I'm one of the few that really enjoys Halloween 5. I enjoy the European feel that it has. I don't care that the Myers house looks nothing like the original Myers house did. It is a big gothic house with a basement and attic, and it's just a very large, spooky house. I actually enjoy the version of the Myers house that's in this movie, and like I said, I enjoy Halloween 5 a lot more than most people do. So I watched that. I also watched the producer's cut of Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. I'm not going to go into a rant about how good of a movie this actually is. There's parts of this movie that I obviously don't like, but ignoring a certain aspect of this movie that I don't like, I enjoy everything else about it. And this was Donald Pleasant's last film, and without him, these movies do not work. And I don't care how many more Halloween movies Jamie Lee Curtis stars in, she will never be able to replace Donald Pleasance as the protagonist in these films. So this was his final film. Unfortunately, this version of the film, with all the extra added scenes of Donald Pleasance put back in, would not be released for 19 years after Donald Pleasance died. That's a huge insult to Donald Pleasance in my book. But this sequel right here, a lot of people deny it. They don't get it. They don't accept it or whatever. But this movie right here was supposed to be the final Halloween film in the entire franchise. That's why this version of the film wraps everything up from all the previous sequels, and it's very underrated. It's not that bad of a film. I really enjoy this, and for those of you who don't like the cult aspect, the Thorn cult and all that, and all the cult references in this film, well, I hate to tell you, but the cult references were first brought up in the original Halloween 2 back at the school when Dr. Loomis was in the classroom and Sam Hain was written on the board. So this movie ties very well into all of the previous sequels except for part 3. But I really enjoy Halloween 6. It's one of my favorite Halloween sequels. I also watched Wind Chill. It's a supernatural horror film starring Emily Blunt. It's kind of a haunted house type movie, except it's a car. And this Emily Blunt and this other guy are driving home for the holidays from school, and they get into a wreck they crash their car into a snowdrift, and they get stuck on this isolated stretch of road, and a bunch of spooky, weird stuff starts happening. Very, very good film. I don't hear a lot of people talk about it. If you haven't seen this, I highly recommend that you check it out. You can only get it on DVD. It's not available on Blu-ray, at least not yet. I also watched Sinister with Ethan Hawke. Really good supernatural horror film. Really enjoyed that. My grandmother got scared by that movie, actually. And I also watched the remake of Black Christmas. I like this movie, and I also enjoy the original. However, I think out of the two, between the remake, this movie, and the original, this movie has the most Christmas feel to it, even though it's still a horror film. A lot of people don't like that remake, but I didn't think it was that bad. I also watched Village of the Damned with Christopher Reeve and what's her name? Kirstie Alley. I originally showed this in an update. I bought this used originally, and unfortunately, the disc was all scratched up. It wouldn't play, so I had to buy another copy from a different seller. Luckily, it was brand new, so this one didn't have any scratches, and it played just fine. And it's not my most favorite John Carpenter film ever, but it was still good. It was still enjoyable. And like I said, Christopher Reeve and Kirstie Alley are in this, which was pretty interesting to see. And lastly, I watched the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. I really, really like this remake. This is probably one of the better remakes of recent years. And it's got R. Lee Ermey in it. I mean, what more could you want? I mean, if you've seen this movie, you know what I'm talking about. R. Lee Ermey plays a complete nut in this movie, and he's got the ugliest eyebrows I think I've ever seen. But this is a really good movie, and this comes with this is a special edition. It comes with like it's like one of those road sign things, but it's this image on the front. And it's a movie poster, but it's a metal sign that you can use for decor. But this is a really good movie, and so far that's what I've watched. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Obviously, I'm going to be watching more horror films, so you'll be seeing more videos over the next few days. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. Thanks.